What's up guys, it's Chris from the Moropack, and as you might have seen earlier this week, Nilo came out with a vlog, so that's exactly what I'm going to bring you guys today. Here comes 5 things that you don't know about me. Okay, so number 1, I like to play games. That might seem obvious, but I'm going to kind of go into a little bit more depth about it. I like to play mainly FPS games, either FPS or open world games. Like you have your games like Assassin's Creed and kind of things you can go around and just do whatever you want. For whatever reason, I'm really just kind of attached to those types of games. I really enjoy playing them. It's a lot more fun for me to be able to just kind of do whatever I want in a game instead of having a set storyline that you have to follow, you know. It's kind of nice to be able to do whatever you want, and I'm just kind of off the top of my head I pull Assassin's Creed because I've been following that series since the very first game came out. I've played all of them. I've enjoyed all of them. I've watched it progress, and I really enjoyed just how they've worked on having that open worldness to them. And I really enjoy games like that. And then FPS games like Battlefield, I've touched on Call of Duty before. I don't really enjoy it that much. In my personal opinion, it's kind of just a kill streak war. I kind of like Battlefield's flavor to things. It has, you have pretty much everything you want to do, especially with Battlefield 4. You have your giant maps for people who like playing in tanks and jets and stuff, and then you have your smaller maps and your domination and your TDM for all the Call of Duty people who, and also like me, I mean, I don't always like to play in big maps and stuff. It's kind of nice to be able to have the smaller things too. Also, I used to play on Xbox 360. I owned Battlefield 3 on Xbox 360 and a couple other games, and I played on live for quite a bit. Yeah, I actually had a couple Call of Duties now that I'm thinking about it, even though I just kind of downplayed them. But I don't know, I mean, I like going into a lot of depth with this. I don't really want to spend the whole time talking about Call of Duty, but I mean, it's just a different game, really. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's just a different game, different genre, I mean, different style of play, really, and that's all I'm going to say right now. Item number 2, I love technology. Everything technology, really. I like looking at all the nitty-gritty details of phones and computers and how fast is your processor. I mean, I love that. All that stuff is just, I can nerd out forever with that kind of stuff. It's really interesting to me. My favorite tech company at the moment would have to be Apple. I mean, I really like their products. Yes, I realize that a lot of it is overpriced, and I totally agree with those people who think that, but I still just love the simplicity of all their products and everything, and it's just really, I really enjoy that part of it, where you don't have to have everything that you might maybe want or need in a Windows computer. You don't have to have all that stuff if you don't want it with a Mac. Which kind of brings me to what I've done with my situation. I have built a Hackintosh for myself. It dual boots Windows 7 and Mac OS Mavericks right now. I can record games in Windows and play all the games that I want that are compatible with Windows and everything that I need to do and get done there. And then I can just go ahead and drag and drop it all onto the Mac side, edit it in iMovie, and have it out for you guys. And I really love being able to have that because I transitioned to the computer that I built from a MacBook Pro, and I don't think I could ever just go to Windows from Apple. Me personally, especially having an iPhone and other Apple products, I love the way that they all just sync together, and it's really, really nice having that just connectivity with all your devices. Number 3, I love music. I pretty much just listen to everything. There's really nothing that I don't. I mean, I'll have my days where I'll listen to alternative, I'll listen to rap, I'll listen to country, I'll listen to techno. Pretty much every genre I'll listen to, just totally depending on the day. Probably my favorite genres would be country, and I listen to everything. I'll listen to all the artists pretty much. I mean, I don't really have a favorite for any genre really, and I love techno music also. I'll listen to artists like Avicii, Hardwell, Tiesto, all their mixes and stuff of other people's songs. I mean, I'll listen to pretty much everything, really. For number 4, I play the guitar. So, I've played a couple instruments in my life. I played saxophone a little bit, although I didn't really like that much. I was never really good at it. I can play piano by ear, but the one that I've played the most has to be guitar. For whatever reason, I've just enjoyed it, and I think it's a fun instrument to play. And I used to take lessons, and I just kind of decided that if I want to learn a song, I can either just hear it and just kind of figure it out if I want to do it that way. I know enough where I can look at tabs or chords. I never really got into reading music a lot, but I mean, I know enough where I can look at tabs or listen to music and just be able to play what I hear. And that's really fun. It's cool to me that I can do that. And number 5, I'm a soccer fan. I have been playing soccer. I played when I was 5, and I stopped for a while, and I decided to start up again last year, and I've been enjoying it, and it's been a lot of fun, and I really like the sport. To me, it's my favorite sport. I think it's the best sport there is, just because I just love how it's so continuous, whereas you get other sports like American football or baseball or I mean, basketball doesn't really fall in so much, but I mean, sports like those, they're kind of, they have a lot of stagnant times where they'll start and stop, and start and stop. And I like how soccer is just a continuous 45-minute half, and then you have your break, and then another 45-minute half, and anything can happen in those 45 minutes. Anyone can have the possession at any time. It's totally just dependent on the players themselves and not the amount of clock time on the ball, and that's something that's really cool to me, and I really, really like it. And it makes it more entertaining to watch for me. So this pretty much wraps up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. This is Chris, signing off.